the playing aspect of the observation.
Yeah, he gave me a whole play-by-play the whole time. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you didn't do much. We'll listen to the whole thing. To get more of Johnny doing that much, to go to johnnypickleball.com.
That's right, dude.
Oh, there's a shot by Ben. Out. Okay. Here we go. Lucy on the serve. Oh, wow, you were not kidding, John. These guys have played each other.
Yeah, they're going to go after each other pretty hard.
And they just did that on that last point. Wright and Lucy getting the better over that time. It's almost like they're toying with each other. You can just see the kind of like the bantering and antagonizing.
All right. Yeah, that's a good serve, and you know that the backdrop is a little closer to you here, so that's okay though.
Yeah.
Got to take it a little sooner, but that was just a great serve anyway.
I noticed that everyone says it's a good serve when they don't hit it back over the net.
That's it, man.
That's the definition of a good serve.
That's a good serve.
Yeah.
All right, 3-0-2 here. Matt to serve. Ben going to try to insert himself a little bit, and there he goes right down the middle of confusion alley between Lucy and Matt.
Once again, let number one be number one.
Yeah, let Ben Johns be Ben Johns.
0-3-1.
All right, 0-3-1 here. And Ben, purpose and direction, flipping that ball forward right over the shoulder at Lucy. Pops it long. Going for the 1-2 punch. And Lucy, or Simone rather, ready to sit on that one and just take it home down the line on Matt Wright. So he's probably just testing out the waters a little bit. Sometimes what you do in the first game, see what you can get away with, see what you can't.
Doesn't look like you can get away with much on that one. Like you said, Ben just coming over into the right hand, the top, the forehand position, really aggressive, all the way in Simone's court.
And these two teams have played each other many times.
Anything on the national level?
Oh, always.
Yeah, I mean, as far as championships?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've been, I think these two teams have played each other, I can't even count the number of times, but, throughout the years, obviously, you have a lot of the same teams, and these are just some of those consistent teams that everyone knows about.
What's the record? I mean, give me a 50-50 at best.
Oh, for the most part, I believe that Ben and Simone have taken, And there's the Ernie.
Long.
A little excited. He's been sitting for a little bit, so, with me in the booth, so he probably got a little excited.
Anyone sees you, Johnny, they get excited.
I'm hoping. And Matt knows that shot from Ben Johns. He did the nice little Ernie there, but
thank you.
Simone tried to cover in the middle.
Looking at the 3-3. See Connor from PPA, big fan over there, watching what we're watching it.
Yeah, watching it. And the PPA has done nothing but amazing things. I can't talk about them enough.
Yeah, you heard Ben Johns with some great compliments on that.
Yeah, they're just amazing how much work they put into this.
Well, they understand it. Tighten up here pretty quick.
Yeah, this should be a really close match. I think it'll go back and forth. As I said, they know each other very well. And that one just dodging the back of Lucy Kovalova on that one and sailing a little long. But I like what Simone did there. She went after her, kind of just let her know that it's coming.
There's a drop off on the baseline.
when that's just a little bit unlucky. Remember, the end of the net always has the highest part. So
Yeah, right. 36 inches on the end, 34 in the middle.
that's it. And that one's going to be a little deep.
Kitchen's what, 7'7"?
Yes, sir.
7 feet from the kitchen line for the net on both sides. 21 feet on the width. 41 feet on the length. You fit two, as you know, two pickleball courts inside of a regulation-sized tennis court.
Yes, very true. And done at multiple facilities, I'm sure.
For economic reasons, pickleball's taken over. Oh, there's that squat down like you talk about, John. She really does get low when she hits that shot.
Yeah, Simone's gotten in great shape and playing very well.
Oh, Matt, right?
And there it is, Don Stanley, Peter Clapham coming together in unison.
And what's the call?
That was a nice little foot fault there.
Is that, oh, it's a fault again. Oh, that's why he said, what's the call? I get it.
3-5-1 here. And we all know Don Stanley and how dynamic he is as a referee. We can't be more pleased to have him here as the head referee for the PPA.
We had a list of 2 people that wanted to play on the to be the referees. They were both on it.
Yeah, good eye by Simone there.
As we said earlier, in all the post-game the interviews with the winners, everyone's sort of elated just to be out here again. It's a refreshing feeling. Oh, Ben John's ripping a shot off the backhand.
Just a really good read there by Ben.
Look at the wrist by Wright.
I'm not sure if Ben really expected that ball to come back to him the second time. I think he thought maybe on the first one that he got low enough to where Matt would have to either neutralize it, but that's such a good wrist flick.
Came out of nowhere. His paddle was just idle and bap. And Lucy's signature double-handed backhand.
Yeah, Simone got that ball up just a little bit too high, and then right on the backhand of Lucy Kovalova.
She put it right on the line. She is, like you said, there's a nice little map there.
Yeah.
Blueprint. Simone almost leaning in to put it away.
Well, they're going to try to isolate Simone a little bit. That's a great point. That's a great point. But what they're trying to do right now is Peter, is that they're going to try to isolate Simone a little bit, have Ben cheat over, and then try to go behind him to keep him honest from time to time.
Great strategy. Look at Matt moving. Great defense by both teams. Reset is the key.
Great point.
Look at this. Yeah, it says
that's tough.
Ben John's calls the highlight point.
That's the highlight point right there.
Two great points now. One was the earning by Matt, and then also the reset by Ben back in the kitchen to go along the point.
And Matt playing very well right now. And like I said, Ben cannot cheat over too much when they're trying to keep him honest and hit the ball behind him. Yeah. So now he has to stay home a little bit, and they can kind of just isolate Simone until they can go behind him. It's a great strategy. They're doing a really good job, but they're executing right now.
Matt with again. Oh, amazing.
Tried that same move. Little adjustment there by Ben Johns. Keep that ball low.
Not going to get him twice.
5-8-1.
The reset also allows, like you said earlier, to let your partner get back into the game.
Absolutely.
Back on the court. You know, as Matt does that wraparound, almost 2 points in a row, that's what gave him the time to get back in. On the first one, I know, was the reset. The second one, it wasn't a chance. Ben just put it away.
Yeah, a little net cord. And right back to the rally.
John, I got an important question for you after this point.
Matt sitting on it.
So you had John, you had Ben pinned Lucy. They were going back and forth. What is it prudent to open up the court, go cross court, or stay with the person that you're thinking with?
Depends on what their strategy is. I mean, everything's different, obviously, with what they want to do. But, you know, typically, if you think you can beat somebody going cross court and win in the dink rally, go ahead and do that, right? But if you want to mix it up, try to open the court up a little bit, probably want to move the ball around. But that's a great sitter again. Lucy's backhand coming into play.
We're at 8-5 now, 8-6, 8-6.
Great battle, little firefight. That's a big-time firefight there. Yeah. And Lucy and Matt coming on the top of that one.
9-6-1.
Look at that.
Few net cords, great get by Lucy. That ball was behind her. Wow, and that's a great spot. Great composure by Simone on that ball.
Well, you're right. You know, Matt's that's the third time he's gone for an off-the-court shot and taken himself out of play. But
sometimes on scramble points, people can get really rattled. But obviously, these guys are all veterans, and Simone keeping her cool throughout all that and placing the ball nicely as Lucy misses the around the post attempt.
I'd much rather go for a rally and post attempt than just putting it back in play and getting it crushed back on you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Great hands by Ben. 7-9, I believe.
7-9-1.
That was tight. 8-9 on the one.
Really nice drive there by Ben to start it up. And follows it up with a missed dink, but what they're doing is he's going to try to do a nice third shot drive, fifth shot drop, easy transition to get up there and start moving the ball around.
What's real impressive is the volley drop.
Yeah,
it's
a reset from the middle of the court.
Right, like that shot right there. That's insane.
That is one of the most difficult shots, but you know, these guys make it look easy, but it obviously requires a lot of touch and feel. Great resets by Simone, though. That's what she is known for, resets, defense.
Well,
9-9-2.
oh yeah, there we go.
Now, I'm going to say at the beginning of this match, Simone came out maybe a little sluggish. She hadn't been playing that much, obviously. It's been a while since she came out here, so I think she's nice and warm now. Easy to say.
Oh, Ben had it on his paddle to close it out at 10-9-2 and pushed it a little wide. So back to Lucy and Matt. 9-10 on the one.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Crunch time in this game.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Johnny. So many times you have the game on the lines, on your paddle. It's 10-9-2. You're playing and you try to go for that kill shot. I mean, you just have to keep it in play because now all of a sudden you're 10-10-1 with confusion. Now you're at 10-10-2.
There it is. No, it's just a good return. It stayed nice and low, so.
10-10-2.
Wow.
And another firefight, but Simone and Ben come out on top of that one.
Well, here we go. 10-10. This is the way it should be. Champs against champs. 10-10-1. Simone getting a little pump going. Energy level moving.
Oh, that's tough.
That's
Net
one of those
roller.
Flappers, I'm sorry, kind of thing. Yeah, it's 10-10-2.
That's okay. Ben smiles as he heads back to the line on that one. Nothing you can do. 10-10-2. That's a great shot by Simone. Staying patient until the ball was just right for her to attack.
So here we go once again, 11, 10, 2 on Ben's paddle. See if we can close it out.
Cool, calm, and collected. Comes up a little short on the drop, though.
He's no longer cool, calm, and collected. There we go. 10, 11 on the 1. Matt. Oh.
And Ben not getting the roll.
That he's famous for.
Yeah, that happens from time to time, and so.
Here we go, 11-11.
Yep.
On the 1.
11-11-1.
Stack right now.
Yeah, and typically these guys are all, since they play together so much, they know exactly where they want to be on the court, so the stack makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Ben
keeps Ben.
prefers it. I was talking to him when you were in the booth with him. Cheating in.
And really, we're going to see who tightens up a little bit and that has that little hesitation as we go forward. So at 12-11, we'll get to see. They have 2 chances here, so to get 1 point, they could be a little more aggressive if they choose. Kind of like that, and he went for it. So that's going to be game 1. Matt and Lucy.
In pickleball, the last thing I want to think about when I'm playing is cramping or if you're able to perform 100%. Last US Open, I was playing singles and I was feeling like my right calf was getting really stiff. And I was just like, okay, how can I help my body to perform better? When I start taking Jigsaw products, I'm going to have energy, I'm going to have good endurance, and I don't have to worry about me being tired or I'm going to cramp, so I can just play 100%. You only have one body, so you need to take care of it.
It's best 2 out of 3. And Lucy to serve here to open up game 2. And that's going to be a quick side out.
Okay, 0-0 game 2 on the 1. Oh, Matt Wright was a little short. I almost pulled the Johnny Pickleball. I was going to say that everyone today, Matt Wright's been playing the most consistent, and then he netted it. Johnny Pickleball.
Yeah. Man. A little impatient there by Simone, tried to attack. But it's a good ball.
Maybe a little fatigue kicking in. Moving out this morning, since 9 o'clock this morning. Players been in and out.
Yeah, we're hitting the afternoon matches. Couple left after this.
Well, this goes back to what we talked about. Who was in shape, who. But you can't train for this. You cannot train for game shape. And one of the biggest things playing in tournaments and games like this is sitting down. I know.
Yeah, in between matches.
Oh gosh, my wife and I, we hate it. Hate it. And this is going on what, almost 5 hours, right? 6 hours.
Yeah, I think this is the longest I can say I've probably sat in one place.
Johnny, well, you're going to get most improved for the Margaritaville Underground Invitational. Most improved sitting down for the longest time.
That's it.
In the history of your life.
Gotta do something.
I'm going to sit. But John, we just appreciate you and your insight, what you do for the game. JohnnyPickleball.com, one of the hottest websites on the market. Boom! Oh, look at that!
And there's the firefight. Wow. Matt finishing it off.
Nasty. That was just a lefty three-quarter swing, poke by bap.
I like the sound effects.
Yeah, bap.
All right, 2-1-2.
Some people like emojis like the bap. Oh, look at that, crazy. Just to appreciate how the skill level of these players, the eye-hand-eye coordination is it's just unthinkable. It's like a Bruce Lee movie. I hit you so many times you feel surrounded.
That's a good attack there by Simone down the middle, just to try to keep Lucy guessing a little bit. And 2-2-1 here.
Down with a rip.
Yeah, third shot drive, leading into his nice fifth shot drop. And now you're going to start to see, I believe, Ben doing some, easier transitions if they can, and then start isolating Lucy and start picking on her a little bit.
Got him.
So Matt got involved a lot in that first game. And I think they're going to try to stay away from Lucy's backhand as well.
I got a really, really important question for you.
But, man, it's a good backhand.
That was a nasty backhand. Question for you. So let's just say you're playing up square to square. Everyone matches up pretty evenly. Do you isolate one player just to cut down the court in half? The management of it?
You can isolate one player, but you got to make sure if they get into a rhythm, you probably need to start mixing it up again.
Pretty darn quick.
4-2-2 here. Simone to serve. Simone just putting that ball right on Lucy's backhand.
I don't know if it's just Simone. I've seen a lot of people do that today. She's got a backhand that's amazing.
But what's happening is they're pulling her out wide. Oh, nice little lob there.
Look at that return.
Great reset.
Wow.
And Lucy just kind of went for it. She's smiling as she's walking back. She knows she just went for it.
Well, I think, to me anyway, maybe I'm wrong, John, but it's easier to isolate a player if you're returning their serve to go back cross-court throw.
And that's a good shot.
Confusion Alley brought to you by JohnnyPickleball.com.
That's it, man. Confusion Alley.
Oh, that's snapping up Lucy. Confusion Alley.
Well, Matt's going to try to insert himself now. I think he has to at this point at 2-6.
I love Matt Wright's backhand. Just absolutely nasty. I've seen him hit it like below his knee, at his waist, above his shoulder.
Well, Simone had her warm-up game out of the way, so she's on now. I think she got warmed up towards the end of that first game.
Warmed up, maybe a little bit upset.
And that ball sits up a little high as she tries to reset it into the kitchen. And
Johnny, it took you 5 hours to build that dollar bill off the table there.
I've been looking at it for about 4.
I had the under-over as 5.5 hours.
That's funny.
Okay, so what are we at here? We're at 2-7 on the
2-7-2. Yeah, Simone just trying to go behind Matt, keep him honest, keep him over there as he started to creep into the middle a little bit. So Dink wide.
She's not intimidated at all by his backhand. She went right at him. Oh, confusion, Allie.
Yeah, it happens, a little miscommunication from time to time.
Two on the 2. Jones and Jardim.
It's a nice roll by Lucy. That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right.
Matt had a nice little redirect there, and then
2-7 on the 1.
2-7-1. Let's see if they can get something going here. And Lucy with a nice drop. We're going to see this forehand to forehand until
Benjamin comes in.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Ben.
so Ben's going to try to get involved, and they're right on cue on that one.
That's amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you've been following us for most of the time, God bless you. We appreciate the being with us, but learned a lot today about patterns and strategy and court awareness. And look how low Simone goes. It's amazing.
Well, Ben didn't bite on that ball. You know, he let it go. He knows it's going out. These guys don't get enough credit for understanding and knowing when not to hit a ball. It's one of the most difficult things sometimes.
Well, I remember when I first started playing, someone said it's just it takes more discipline to let a shot go than it does to hit a good shot. If that makes sense.
And right at the feet of Lucy Kovalova as it bounces off her shoe.
Does that make sense to you? Let the ball go. You know, chasing its unforced error.
And 8-2-1 now.
Ben.
Whoa. Yeah, Ben's just trying something new, spread him out a little bit.
Ben, he had a lob, a drop, and a forehand all in the same one, and chose the lob.
Well, one of the things that Ben's really good at is he's really good at being tricky.
Yeah, he's tricky.
And so he likes to mix it up a lot because it keeps you on your toes, it keeps you guessing.
Nice forehand by Lucy, another two-handed forehand. I got to start looking at my game and start looking at this two-handed stuff. Because you definitely, it's disguised. You have nowhere it's going. Go across your body, or
Great reset by Ben. That's tough.
Like if I'm looking at you hitting forehand, at least I know where. Especially if your hips are closed, I know it's coming cross court. With a backhand or two-handed or backhand forehand, you don't know where it's going. And that's going to hurt.
And Matt already knew. He just kind of stood there, let it happen.
Okay.
8-2-1.
I don't know what's moving as far as score-wise. Great points, though. Old tennis slice right there. Ooh, oh, I like that.
And that's a great move. Great setup.
That's his, Lucy. That's not good when they have you isolated. You can't do that. Boxed her in.
Yeah, 9-2-1 here in game 2. And unless
Ben just coming right at Lucy.
And as we go to 10-2 now, unless Matt and Lucy come up with something here quick, it looks like we're maybe going to a game 3. But as in pickleball, anything can happen. But Simone and Ben looking pretty dominant in this game. Little net cord roll.
And once again, that Johnny Pickleball curse. Thompson, they're looking good, and they hit the net.
They hit the net? That's how it goes?
All right, here we go. 10-2 on Ben's paddle. I'm looking for Ben to close this out.
Well,
Ooh, that's nasty. That is professional.
and that one's going to sail a little bit long.
Ryan Sherry showing up in the booth. Ryan, how was that battle out there with Kyle and Deckel and Tyson?
It was fun. It was definitely a good experience. It was one of those things. You got to do it. You got to do it. You realize the shots are there, but just the shot selection is pretty tough. But I loved it. It was fun. It was fun to compete. Kyle's amazing guy. It's been fun to train with him.
Sure.
Got a lot of work to do, but love the sport. And how often can you just start a sport, a month or so ago, full time, and play with the best guys in the world?
That's right. Amen, brother. Joining us at a 10-2, the second game of the 3-game set. Matt and Lucy won the first one.
Great firefight, though.
And then we've got Simone and Ben up 10-3, or inside the 10-3. 3-10 on the 2. Matt right on the serve.
And Matt and Lucy looking like they're going to play straight up this point. No stacking on this one. Try to mix it up a little bit. Try to confuse Ben and Simone.
And they confuse nobody.
Thanks.
What's up, Matt Wright? Matt Wright live at the booth, just coming in for a little flyby.
Oh, yeah, get the ball.
Matt, you have the nastiest backhand in the world. It is tough to defend.
It's under your foot. Ball.
And we got to make sure we're retrieving the ball here for them.
All right. Thanks for the visit, Matt Wright. He's coming over once he's done playing.
All right, 10-3-1 here. And sometimes in pickleball, as we all know that play, sometimes it's just super difficult to get that last point.
Oh, look at that. Johnny Pickleball, you just missed it around the post, ATP.
There it is.
And then you got Johnny Drama with Doug Elin. Doug Elin and Johnny Drama. Doug Elin, we're going to get this right. I promise. Doug Elin and Johnny Drama.
Yep. So that game's obviously going to go to Simone and Ben as they take it pretty handedly in that one, forcing a game 3. Stay with us here. As we talk about, honestly, I think the adjustments are going to be great. See what Matt and Lucy can do. You know, they're going to come out firing, I'm sure. Maybe Matt is going to insert himself a little bit more. I would say he kind of has to at this point. But Simone's looking pretty good. She's looking like herself again, and no problem. Again, I think that first game was just kind of a warm-up, and these guys are on cruise control at this point, ready to just kind of take it home. Ben looks like he's working up a sweat now, so I think it'll be interesting.
Ben's looking at the sponsor banners.
That's it.
He's looking at Doug Elin and Johnny Drama from the Victory Podcast. Pickleball's everywhere. Everyone plays it. And
all right.
Whoever hasn't played it wants to play it. So for all you tennis divas, give it up. Come on over and join the party.
Yeah, and our referees today, obviously Peter Clapham and Don Stanley, as they're doing the 2-referee system here. But
Don Stanley out of Nashville and Peter out of Australia. Okay, the point seems to be aggressive right off the rip.
And a little net cord winner there.
A quick apology because of a netter. Talked earlier about why do you say sorry? I guess that's why.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. Oh, look at that shot by Lucy. Great get by Simone, knocking over all the A-frames on the floor to get to that ball.
Yeah, it's a great block and good hustle by Simone to try to get a nice defensive pick up there, but
right,
pretty tough.
0-1 on the 1. Matt Wright going right at Ben.
All right, second server here. 1-1-1, game 3. Switch at 6. And good ball movement right now, just kind of dinking around. Try to see if they can find an opening.
Who's going to break first, Johnny? Who's going to break first?
Well, there's the initiation. Doesn't mean it's over right now. Defense is about to play a big part of this point.
This party, you better bring some beverages.
Great reset.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
And there it is. Another great reset. Great point there by Simone and Ben. Staying alive, playing some defense, working right back in, transitioning.
Unbelievable. If they had a volley like that, on your knees almost, put it back and play in the kitchen.
That's great for their side out, 1-1-1.
Look at that. Oh, I like that. Leaning in, opening the face up. Look at that backhand too. Is that insane?
But the resets of Simone right now are just absolutely phenomenal from the midcourt, from up at the net.
This game, you know exactly what you're talking about. It's insane how she's doing a backhand and forehand in the big court. I mean, she's almost at the baseline and taking a rep. Ben steps in and puts it away right there.
Well, it's a great move by Ben. Sometimes when you do your third shot drive, expecting your fifth shot drop, that third shot drive can set up a fifth shot slam if they block it high enough. So
if it's executed,
it's a great move.
Isn't that almost a version of the shake and bake?
Yeah, single dab move, right? If you do it by yourself.
That's right.
A little net cord winner there by Lucy, but at 4-1, I think she'll take it.
4-1 on the 2.
Yep. Oh, that's a great dig.
By both players. Wow.
Lucy redirects that ball with her backhand. She does hide it behind her, but Ben knows Lucy so well at this point that he already knows that it's coming, so he's already sitting on that. But that shot is what made, Lucy very successful, and there's no need to change it. Just understanding that Ben's doing a great job right now.
That's a nice shot right there.
And that's going to be 6. We're going to switch sides.
Looking at the third game with a 6-1 switch side. I mean, you said there's some players that you've obviously know all these players, but the ones that, I mean, they're here today again, but you're seeing some new shots they've added to their repertoire.
Yeah, there's a few new shots, or you kind of see, I think maybe some fine-tuned shots as well, some things that people were practicing before that maybe now look a lot cleaner. So, like Kyle, for example, since you guys know Kyle very well, his two-handed backhand, he's really worked on lately, and so that looks a lot better, and a lot of his rolls look a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
So just his game looks amazing right now. So as well as a lot of the players here. So.
Whoa! What a rip. Ben was there too. He put that ball back in play. He was back in position.
1-6-1.
All right, 1-6-1. Let's see if Matt and Lucy can kind of make a move here. That's a smart roll, and it's right on the hip. Remember, that placement is so important on where he wants to roll that ball. Right on the hip of Lucy, because she's been sitting on that backhand, so he went to the forehand hip.
Right, she's got to rotate that paddle all the way around her body. Look at that, the wrap, the ATP defense, and then
too good.
Matt.
Nice shot there by Matt and Lucy both. Nice little combo.
One more Ben John's highlight point. That's what he likes to call them. Even if he's not in them, those are highlight points. Lucy just challenges Ben.
And same spot by Ben. Now, Lucy was ready for it that time. She just kind of missed it a little late. Because remember, she's been sitting on her backhand for 2.5 games now.
Yeah.
So.
She's always ready. Paddle's always up. Look at this.
And there it is. Quick hands, little firepower action from Ben Johns and Matt Wright going at it. And Simone got involved in that a little bit too, obviously. So they get that exchange. 7-2-1 coming up.
And with a forehand rip back at Lucy.
We'll probably get back to a cross-court dink action here until Lucy or Simone put that ball high and we can continue our next firefight. Unless Simone gets impatient. And there she did.
Well,
probably pulled the trigger, but also, mixing it up is so important that maybe Matt might have bit on that ball. So not a bad idea being at 7-2.
7-2 on the 2.
Why not? A little wide there by Lucy, but again, the resets of Simone right now are on point.
Amazing. The other factor Simone made going for that shot 2 shots ago is the fact that if she misses it, she doesn't lose a point. They just give up the serve, just for that side, that portion of it.
It's good hustle by Simone trying to get that ball. Just too good a shot. Great placement by Lucy there.
A good shot. Sometimes a good shot can't be defended. Ben wants that one back. That was a decoy. Looked like Simone was going to take it, and then boom. That's home.
Yeah, that's trouble.
That's smooth right there. That's 8-3 is what that makes that.
Yeah, Ben easily putting that ball away.
Or 3-8 on the 2, I should say.
Yep, 3-8-2.
Boom. Well,
I would like to see Matt try to get involved just a little bit more here in the.
well, it's tough
See if
with
he can change
isolation.
it. It is very tough.
Isolating Lucy and that.
And there it is.
Oh, there you go. The Johnny Pickleball curse reversed. The
curse reversed. He got involved.
The Bambino is reversed. The curse of the Bambino. All right, 4-8 on the 2. Backhand coming in. Ooh, short by Lucy. Side out.
That's tough. Little missed time there. All right, 8-4-1. Simone to serve here. And again, that same spot that Ben is aiming for is that right hip
Yep, and you're
of Lucy.
Because she's been playing that backhand all day long.
9-4-1. Ben and Simone in this game 3 here. Wow.
Pro graphics side did a great job on all the banners, everything that's going on here at the underground here in Fort Myers, Florida. Oh, chicken wing.
Yeah, he caught Matt a little bit. Probably thought, well, Matt hadn't seen a ball from Ben in a while, so he probably caught him off guard a little bit as he thought he was probably going to redirect that ball at Lucy.
Huge shout out to Mike Stevens and the crew. Josh, Jeff Coate, big factor in helping us put all this together. Corey, Frank, the whole crew. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at that. There's some whiplash going on right there, Johnny Pickleball.
Pretty impressive reloads from Matt Wright and Ben Jones on that. Matt getting the best of that exchange. Matt was a little more ready for that, but it kind of came off. So, you know, Ben wanted to do a nice little 1-2 punch there as we get right back into it. At, I believe, 4:10-2. Absolutely. 4:10-2 coming up.
Margaritaville Underground Invitational. Latitude, Margaritaville, MOR Sports. Great job on the court. Aerotech, Dora, Paddletech, Selkirk, Jack Mancini Realty.
Yep, game 3 here. 5:10-2. We're going to see if they can make a final push. See if that momentum can swing in their favor a little bit. Matt getting involved a little bit more, though. But Ben trying to keep him honest. Rolled that ball.
Also, Lilly and Company, jewelry out on Sanibel, LR Homes, Jigsaw. Man, Jigsaw is awesome. Identity USA, #1 in identity theft. Pro Graphics, A Sports, and Legacy Pro Sports.
Always got to give the nice shout-outs to all those guys, man. They've done amazing work.
Oh, that shot's long.
And nice little run here. I'm going to see if Ben will... No, I don't think he's going to call a timeout right now, so we're at 7:10-2. He's pretty confident that they can hold him here.
Patented Ben John's timeout. We'll see. We will see.
And there it is. Don Stanley, Peter Clapham coming into play a little bit as they call a nice big foot fault there on Matt Wright.
Don Stanley calls him Peters. Matt Wright yells out a big Don Stanley.
10-7-1 here. Nice little low return slice from Matt. And there was the firefight pass. Paddles clash in the middle with Simone's backhand and Ben's forehand. And we're going to 10-7-2. See if we can get that last point.
Ben going for it on a forehand drive.
We're going to go back to that cross-court pattern. Simone's going to move it around a little bit, see if she can get some Lucy to bite. Trying to keep Ben honest.
Oh.
And that's a great shot by Matt Wright. side out. 7-10-1 here in game 3.
Oof, here we go. That's what I talked about earlier. You got to put this away. You cannot give serve back to the opponent.
Well, Lucy did something different in that point, actually. She put the ball finally behind Ben with a dink rather than trying to do anything else and just continue to go to Simone, which is a great idea. Kind of keep Ben honest on that side so he can't hug the middle.
Big miss right there. Big miss on 10-7-1, now 10-7. I'm sorry, 7-10-2.
7-10-2.
Here we go.
And a great spot by Simone. The ball was a little low for Lucy, and now we're going to go back to the side out, giving Simone and Ben another couple chances to try to close this thing out. And Ben closing in very quickly and finishing off the game. That's game 3. 11-13, 11-3, 11-7. Simone and Ben pull that one out. Here in Fort Myers Underground.
There were some battles in that one.
That was a good show on that one. So a couple changes, adjustments. They tried to do different things, but at the end of the day, Ben kind of took over. Flipped some balls up.
Go again. Until you strike just right. Until the ball sings. Until the other guy blinks. Until the court's clear. And the sun sets. Until you see it in your sleep. And wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss. Until you can't lose. Go again. And again.
I've been playing professional pickleball for a little over 4 years now. Throughout the day, I would take salt tablets, I would take electrolyte tablets, and when it was hot and it was a long day, I just feel my energy drop. I started taking Electrolyte Supreme in the fall of last year. I played great, and I recovered perfectly. I was like surprised. I know I played a lot over those 3 days or 4 days, and afterwards I wasn't even sore. If you're not drinking electrolytes yet, then you probably haven't tried them.
We represent NFL players after they're done. Our slogan is life after the game. We're out here, this is not about us finding the next NFL player, but making sure that we are encouraging young people to make sure that they're moving, making sure they're active.
So I think it's important that they get introduced to guys that are actually doing it at an early age to help motivate them in life.
We're back in Margaritaville with our winners. That was a very tight match, guys. Fun to watch. Do you ever get nervous in those really close games?
I mean, I guess slightly. I mean, everyone gets tight a little bit naturally, but I think we've been there before. We've played that matchup before. Very familiar with each other as partners. So I think it's important to definitely keep playing your game, keep playing loose, and yeah, just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know us four play so much against each other that we know each other's tendencies. So that was, you know, like, it was fun. It was fun to be back on the court against them. We hadn't played them in a while, like months. So it's just, again, excited to be back on court and playing. So.
You guys have been doubles partners for quite a while now. I like the pairing. Tell me, how is your relationship together on and off the court?
Well, on is splendid. She's the best partner I could ever have, really. She makes everything. She's just an absolute beast on the court, so supportive, just like a model partner. Off the court, she's even better.
Oh, now you got to beat that now.
I can't. But at the end of the day, we've always been really close from the beginning. We started off like when Ben started playing, he was here. So I had just moved here. So really, like we have known each other for like 3-4 years now. Yeah, and so it's like we're family. And then I got to spend time with Colin. It's like the Jones are part of the Edward Jardim family. So, and now you. So that's awesome. So I mean, you guys are all amazing. Your parents are great people. So I definitely want to have them as my role models.
Aw, that's so sweet. Actually, Ben has 7 siblings.
6 siblings.
Well, 6 siblings, but he's 7 of us. Who's your favorite sibling?
Obviously, this one right here. This is my favorite right here.
You're just saying that. No. And Simone, you have 2 kids, which were at home. Who were at home with you during quarantine. How was that?
That was great. You saw a little bit of taste of that last night. So, you know, I mean, they're 6 and they're 10. So it's hard as you are home, and Chet and I try our best to do homeschooling, which we've never done before. So your parents, again, are saints and role models. It's not built for us. We are too active and we can't be at home. And plus our little boy is a handful. So, you know, it was interesting. Let's put it that way.
Well, they were angels when I met them. All right, we're going to cut to a break, but we'll be back with our last match soon.